I don't know why people are hating on this. This right here is the new BMW X3, and yes, it comes with this massive kidney grille, which now has lights on it. Let's talk about the design of this new G45 BMW X3. It looks a little bit softer than what we used to see, but I think I still like it because it looks soft but yet elegant. You get these beautiful LED headlights here, which ties in very well with this new lighting system we get on the kidney grille. You also find it in the 7 Series, the X5 as well as the X7. This is part of the new BMW design language, which I actually like. This pure design edition does not come with all the bells and whistles that you can imagine, but still has very essential features. You get all front parking sensors here, but sadly you do not get a front-facing camera. Under this bonnet, you will find a 2-liter 4-cylinder twin-turbocharged mild hybrid engine. It makes 148 kilowatts and 335 newton meters of torque, sending powers to the rear wheels. This 2-liter engine is also found in the 3 Series. The big difference is that the one used in the X3 here uses a 48-volt mild hybrid system, which helps with efficiency overall. This pure design gets 19-inch alloy wheels. You have the option to go all the way up to 21, but I think these look very good. Machine polished two-tone black in this silver here, and you get these thick side wheels here, which feels very good when it comes to the ride quality. On the side here, BMW has kept it very simple. Electric folding side mirror, and one highlight about this pure design, you get this aluminum looking trim here, which flows all the way around the door sills here. You get this new door handle, which looks quite a bit flat with keyless entry, and you get this cladding here at the bottom, which gives it that off-road look. And when it comes to the rear end, the BMW X3 looks pretty simple. They haven't done anything crazy here. I think BMW played a little bit in terms of retaining the style of the tail light, which is pretty good looking. No tail light bar, a little bit of a spoiler here, and when you press a button here, you get a fully electric tailgate that opens up, giving you access to 550 liters of boot capacity. If you press this button here on the side, there is something that takes forever, but comes out like this. Yes, that's your trailer hitch, your tow hook or whatever. It is optional, you can have it or not, but yes, this is what it looks like. If you lift this false floor here, you will find a biscuit size spare wheel and all your tire repair kit here. You get a parcel shaft cover like that, and you can also lock or press this, which, yes, technology. This is the rear end of the BMW X3. For just a little over 1.1 million rand, you can see yourself driving this new BMW X3. Well, what is it like behind the wheel? Well, the X3 is unmistakable like any other BMW or any other well-built BMW. Has that very sporty driving characteristic. You get a very good steering wheel that gives you real feedback to the road, and also an engine and transmission that matches with that. This 8-speed automatic transmission does a very good job at shifting on its own, and you also have the possibility of throwing it into the manual mode and going through the gears with this paddle shifter behind the wheel. Yes, 335 newton meters may not sound very exciting to the hear, but remember, this is the 20i option, which is the petrol and the least powerful in the lineup. You can go for the 30e, you can even go for the M50 or the M40, which are more powerful than this. But do you really need that much power on a daily family SUV like this? Well, depends on what you're looking for, but BMW serves all of that. Yes, a lot of people are complaining that it might not look as aggressive and sporty as the previous generation, but to be honest, it still retains that sporty driving feel. When you put it into sport mode, you can hear the exhaust tone changing, the acceleration sharpens, and even the steering feels a lot more heavier and a lot more precise around corners. The suspension does a very good job at keeping you stable, even when you're turning at high speed, and also on a daily drive it feels very composed. Yes, it is tuned a little bit on the firmer side, but a lot of people will just skip through it because It's an X3 and it feels very good. The cabin gives you a very good insulation, very good sound system thanks to the Arm & Cardin sound speakers, and also the overall feeling here feels just premium. You join me inside the new X3. The interior here is pretty futuristic, full of tech, and it looks a little bit more posh compared to the previous generation. But some of the material choices here are a little bit questionable. You get a lot of plastic trim where I actually wonder why BMW brought it here, but let's talk about the positive things. So behind this beautiful steering wheel, you get paddle shifter. It feels good to the touch, and like any other BMW, they get it right when it comes to the steering dynamic. Feels very good, responsive, sharp, goes wherever you want it. You get paddle shifters, you get buttons all around the wheels, physical buttons, none of those fake buttons. One of the first things that you notice in this cabin is the massive screen here. You get infotainment here on the left and your instrument cluster here also fully digital. It is compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly, and this new iDrive system uses some sort of Android operating system that's, yes, it's a little bit of too much tech to get used to, but it's good. I like the fact that BMW has retained physical controls even for the iDrive here at the bottom. You get that chrome aluminum trim that you see on the outside, also here on the inside, and there is this foamy kind of rubberized material all around the dash, which, yes, feels a little bit cheap compared to the previous generation, but hey, they're trying to save the planet by, using recycled materials. And yes, your climate control is hidden in the screen. You get these capacitive, touch screen thingy magic here that you get to, press and all of that to operate. Good thing though, they're very good, very responsive. You don't need to, double tap them. It's just that, yes, it's technology. Some of us don't like technology. I'm lying. But yes, you get a lot of lighting here. There's this plastic trim here in the middle that flows with plastic trim here on the outside that has lights. So when you press your hazards, they all turn on together. And also, this is where you get your ambient lighting. Joining me behind the driver's seat here, this is the rear passenger space of the X3. Spacious enough. This is my current driving position. I have decent amount of leg room, knee room here. Headroom is pretty good, and also because you get this panoramic glass roof here, you get a sense of a lot more space. You get to stargaze and look at the beautiful sky here. And I like the fact that these seats are very comfortable. You get a armrest here, which has 2 cup holders. You can fold, and you actually have access to the boot by pulling one of the compartment there. You get a 3-zone climate control here, which has a separate screen where you get to control a vent here and 2 cup holders. You get a net behind the driver's seat and the front passenger seat where you can store some things. A little bit flimsy, but yes, it's all right. This being a real wheel-driven car, you're gonna get a hump here in the middle, so it's not as flat as you would like it to be. So the middle passenger will have to compromise and sit like a duck with feet on both sides. You get ISO Charles fixed anchorage point, also good sound system here at the back, ambient lighting, saddle here through the inside of the door handles, and yeah, this is pretty much it. And that's my take on this new BMW X3. For me, I believe that this BMW X3 still represent good value proposition, especially for a reputable and well-built brand like BMW. Of course, there's a lot of competition in the market that may offer you a lot more when it comes to features and looks and all the tech, but remember, this is BMW. They've built a reputation for years and years. If you had to sell it in the future, you might actually get a lot more money compared to these new cars.